Iyer and JVC Sriram also joining us this morning. Good morning, Mr. Iyer. As the things stand today, and today when the EC gets set to announce the press conference, you've been tracking the campaign, you've been analysing what it means for each side. As things stand today, who do you think has the edge? Is it the Aam Aadmi Party? Is it the BJP? Or can the Congress, which is also fighting a battle for survival in the national capital, can the Congress see any kind of a surge?
Good morning, Sagarika. Well, this is one election we can say at least Aam Aadmi Party, which has always had an edge, which has always had an advantage in the previous election, for the first time they are facing an election where you can say that they don't have any big advantage which they earlier used to have, because they have suffered in terms of their image, they have suffered also in terms of the delivery, and they are also suffering in terms of lot of decisions within Aam Aadmi Party. This is the first time also we are seeing Kejriwal is talking about himself more than his party, because this election is about, as their slogan says, Fir Layenge Kejriwal, which means Kejriwal is putting a lot of things on his own personality, on his image, because it is that image which is today in question, because that is the image that has suffered a dent following allegations of corruption, also in terms of huge lacuna between the promise and delivery. Of course, Kejriwal has been candid enough to admit that he himself has not been able to deliver on at least 2 or 3 things. Also, we are seeing this time Congress putting up a very stiff battle. It's serious about this election. And that could mean 2 things. A, it could start a revival of the Congress as an alternative to Aam Aadmi Party. But at the same time, what happens to the vote base of both Congress and Aam Aadmi Party? Because both of them almost have a very common vote base.
Absolutely.
So these are the questions now.
Absolutely. JVC, as things stand today, I'll take that same question with you as well. Because we've been seeing the BJP, the Prime Minister has entered the campaign. The focus has been on a massive infra push. The focus has been on Vikas. At the same time, the Prime Minister has also set the tone with the Aapda attack. And since then, we've been seeing how the Aam Aadmi Party is reacting. And then comes, the BJP putting the spotlight on corruption, talking about Sheesh Mahal as well. In the midst of all of this, do you see any gains for the Aam Aadmi Party, or is it not going to be as easy this time?
Good morning, Sagarika. I can tell you with absolute confidence that there is not going to be any gain for the Aam Aadmi Party, because Aam Aadmi Party has failed on certain fronts as far as people are concerned. Shuddh Pani is not available. Sanitation is a major issue. And then roads are absolutely in a pathetic condition. And then the entire Delhi has become a garbage bin. These are visible, clearly visible to the people. At the same time, he's offering freebies. He is probably giving subsidized power to the slums. But the traders are saying that they're getting inflated bills. So I think Aam Aadmi Party peaked as far as Delhi is concerned in 2015.
Right.
And they lost 0.7% of vote share in 2020. Now, the extent to which that they're going to lose, if they're going to go below, say, 46%, as far as vote share is concerned, then you're looking at BJP gaining.
Right.
Because the entire losses of Aam Aadmi Party may not go to BJP. Around 3 to 4% would go to Congress, because Congress is also putting up a stiff fight, as Shekhar Iyer had just mentioned. So what could possibly happen is, it's going to be a seesaw battle.
Okay.
Right now, as I just mentioned an hour back, AAP is slightly ahead, probably by 3.5 to 4.5% vote share. But with the corruption scandal breaking up, with yesterday's CAG report, with the civic condition being in a very pathetic state, and the big wigs of the BJP taking a fight straight against people like Atishi and Arvind Kejriwal, anything can happen.
Okay.
It all depends upon the narrative.
Absolutely.
Who is going to put up the right narrative is going to be the factor
and
on who's going to form the government.
Which narrative will swing it from here on? After the announcement of the poll dates, how aggressive will each side go? Like you're saying, as of now, if you just look at things as they stand today, the Aam Aadmi Party seems to be having a slender edge above when it comes to the Bharatiya Janata Party. The Congress too is putting up a very spirited fight. I want all of you to stay with us, because let's break down graphically what the key seats are going to be in this battle. Let's take you through those details. Obviously, we are talking about the most important seat of the capital, which is the New Delhi seat. A fight directly between Arvind Kejriwal, Parvez Singh Verma of the Bharatiya Janata Party and Sandeep Dixit of the Congress Party. One of the key seats to watch out for. It's a triangular contest there. Then we are going to talk about Kalkaji. Kalkaji becomes very important, especially in the back of the controversy that the BJP candidate, that is Ramesh Biduri, has been embroiled in with his controversial sexist remarks. He's fighting against two women leaders, that is Atishi, Chief Minister of Delhi, and Alka Lamba of the Congress Party. Then let's also go to the seat of Jangpura. Jangpura is going to be an interesting battle because it's Manish Sisodia, the former Deputy Chief Minister of Delhi, who was shifted from his seat of Patparganj and brought to Jangpura. What's going to happen in Jangpura? Because he's fighting against BJP's Tarvinder Singh Marwa. The former Deputy Chief Minister has left his traditional seat of Patparganj to contest from Jangpura, which is also considered to be an Aam Aadmi Party bastion. Now let's take a look at the seat of Patparganj. What's going to happen in the seat of Patparganj? Then you have Awadh Oja, a new entrant in the Aam Aadmi Party who has been fielded from here, and he's going to fight against the BJP's Ravinder Singh Negi. Patparganj is the traditional stronghold of Manish Sisodia, but there was a lot of conversation. The BJP tried to corner the Aam Aadmi Party when Manish Sisodia was moved out of the seat of Patparganj, and now they fielded Awadh Oja. Now you also have Balli Maran. In Balli Maran, it's Imran Hussain of the Aam Aadmi Party versus Harun Yusuf of the Congress Party. It's going to be an interesting seat to watch out for because you have Harun Yusuf, who's the Congress candidate here, a direct fight between two parties who are also in alliance in the INDIA bloc. Then let's take you through the next seat. The next seat we are talking about is Malviya Nagar. In Malviya Nagar, it's Aam Aadmi Party Somnath Bharti versus the BJP Satish Upadhyay. Now, Somnath Bharti is the three-time MLA and he recently lost the Lok Sabha elections. How is Malviya Nagar going to vote this time? What are the issues of Malviya Nagar? We are going to keep our focus on that as well because BJP has fielded Satish Upadhyay this time. Let's go to the seat of Okhla next. Why does Okhla become very important? Because in Okhla, it's Amanatullah Khan, controversial leader of the Aam Aadmi Party, who's contesting from the seat of Okhla. He's the two-time MLA from this seat, and he is contesting from this seat. This has over 50% Muslim population. And then let's also talk about what are the other factors that matter in the VIP constituencies. Now, let's take you through this other VIP constituency of Rajendra Nagar, and these are the VIP candidates, and Shakur Basti. We also have Greater Kailash, from where Saurabh Bharadwaj is fighting in South Delhi, plus you have Babarpur, from where Gopal Rai is the Aam Aadmi Party candidate. So they are the VIP candidates of Delhi. Let me go back to Rishabh. Rishabh, as we decode the factors that are at play in the Delhi Assembly elections, as we talk about the key candidates and the key fights, take us through what the significance of the AIMIM is going to be in the battle for Delhi. Because here it's also about, the war for the vote share. You have the Aam Aadmi Party and the Congress Party, similar vote bases. With the entry of the AIMIM, will there be any split in the Muslim vote?
Well, if we talk about the vote share of Aam Aadmi Party and Congress, there is no match in 2020. On the basis of 2020 election, I'm saying this, given that Aam Aadmi Party had 53.5% of votes in the 2020 elections, Congress has a dismal 4.26% of votes back in 2020. But yes, with the entry of AIMIM, things definitely look interesting in Delhi for sure, and especially on those 16 seats that are minority dominated. Remember, since 2015, all those 16 seats have been won by Aam Aadmi Party, hands down. But this time around, things have changed. Between the last time and this time, what all has changed? Between the last time and this time, Shaheen Bagh has happened. Between the last time and this time, things the riots has happened in Delhi, and a lot has changed on these 16 seats, be it from Balli Maran, be it from areas of Shaheen Bagh or Jamia Nagar, or for that matter, Okhla, in many parts in northeast Delhi as well, many seats that are dominated by minorities. These 16 seats will definitely be important for Aam Aadmi Party if they want to retain Delhi. But having said that, what can AIMIM can do? In 2020 elections, we saw in Bihar, in the eastern Bihar, that AIMIM fielded the candidates. 6 of them even won. Later on, they did join RJD. But having said said that they at least dented the initial prospect of RJD Congress left alliance in Bihar, and on many seats the actual margin of victory was less than the votes that were cut by AIMIM, and that's the reason that BJP JDU could easily
do stay with us
sail
because
through
we have a new
2020.
update coming in, and we'll also bring in Niyamika, who's also joined us on the broadcast. She's going to tell us about how the Congress is putting up a very tough fight and what happened. The mystery over some cancelled briefings and the fight back between the Congress and the Aam Aadmi Party. But before that, the Aam Aadmi Party today is set to launch its official campaign song, and this is going to happen at around 12 in the noon. And Arvind Kejriwal will be launching the Aam Aadmi Party's campaign song. Elections are all about narratives. What is the focus that the Aam Aadmi Party is going to keep on? Let me go back to JVC Sriram and Shekhar Iyer, who's joining us. Shekhar Iyer, you spoke about how this is not going to be that easy a fight for the Aam Aadmi Party. What do you think is the narrative that is resonating the most on the ground?
Well, Kejriwal wants to, replay his victim card and appear to be the underdog. But I think the biggest card he's playing this time is focusing on 22 lakh women voters. That's 2.2 million voters who he thinks this Mukhyamantri Mahila Yojana, Mahila Kalyan Yojana or Samman Yojana, this is one he thinks is going to be a big kind of traction. But at the same time, with Congress coming out, yesterday with, it looks like a kind of a voter auction. They have come with 2,500 rupees per month, and they brought from Karnataka their Deputy Chief Minister D.K. Shivkumar. At a time when in Karnataka there is a huge controversy raging as to, the impact on governance in Karnataka because of these promises. And even Congress MLAs in Karnataka have raised questions as to, because they are not getting funds for their constituency development or anything. The whole thing is focused on the guarantees. Those guarantees were first announced by Priyanka Gandhi. This time, you got D.K. Shivkumar to announce it, not Priyanka Gandhi. That's a point we must note. Because everybody is asking, is it sustainable? Because this time, and this will force even the BJP. We know that Prime Minister has been opposed to this kind of
Mr. Iyer, we also have information that not just D.K. Shivkumar, the Congress is also planning to bring in Sukhvinder Singh Sukhu, Revant Reddy and also Ashok Gehlot. But when we just talk about the state of Himachal Pradesh, and if guarantees are anything to go by, we've seen what has happened in the state of Himachal Pradesh. And to bring in a Sukhvinder Singh Sukhu to vouch for these guarantees, what kind of message will go on the ground? JVC, will Revdis have a huge impact in these elections? Like Shekhar Iyer mentioned, the woman voter has become possibly the biggest decider election after election, and that's something we've been seeing. So, as the narrative as it stands today, do you think the woman voter, which side will the woman voter of Delhi go?
See, I think we need to first tell our viewers very clearly that the women voters are 12 lakhs lesser compared to the male voters in Delhi. This is a very, very exceptional state because unlike in many states, the male voters outnumber female voters. Now, I do agree that AAP would certainly get somewhere around 22 lakh women voters. And if they get 22 lakh women voters, because I'm sitting with the numbers here, if AAP needs to resoundingly win this election, AAP would need 55% of the women voters to vote in favor of AAP. Is that going to happen? That's the $1 million or $1 billion question. Because to my knowledge, even if AAP polls 50% of women voters, AAP would lose. For AAP to win, so what happens? Let's take the case of the 2,500 Revdi announced by D.K. Shivkumar. Even if it is going to pull a section of women voters away from AAP to the Congress party, I think the game is over for the Aam Aadmi Party.
Okay.
Now, India is where then you're talking about narrative. I think one narrative which probably BJP needs to carry on, and even Congress for that matter, instead of focusing only on Revdis, Delhi deserves better.
Okay.
Better conditions, better infrastructure, better roads, better sanitation.
Yes.
And most importantly, water, Shuddh Pani.
Right.
Because people are buying, can you imagine slum dwellers paying 20 rupees per bottle to buy water? Because what they get in Karol Bagh is a red color mud-filled water. Even RO chargers are getting broken. This is the condition on the ground.
And that is why the slogan given by the BJP and the Prime Minister this time is Nahi Sahenge, Badal ke Rahenge. How are leaders of the BJP